Hey guys, it's Harleywood. This is the Ghost from Direct Action. This is by far the best backpack I have ever reviewed. I've been using this. You probably saw it kind of sneak peeked in a previous video of the accompanying messenger bag. I still use that messenger laptop bag every single day, and the quality is fantastic. It holds up great. I've been using this ever since. This is what my get home bag contents are now in. If you haven't seen what those contents are, go check out the channel and I'll post some links below. And we're not, all that stuff is in here. I'm going to go through this bag and not really get into the contents too much because I've already covered that in a previous video. But I want to show you how amazing this bag is and talk about how rugged it is. From getting rained on all night, I left it in here and I forgot to put the tonneau cover on, and I mean it just poured all night for like 8 or 9 hours. And I was in my cabin. I'm down here at deer camp right now, but I was in my cabin and I knew I had left the tonneau cover off, and I said, well, I guess I'm gonna have to dry everything out tomorrow. And nothing inside got wet except for in this little pocket right here on the front where it doesn't have a cover. But the only thing I really had in there was some batteries, so didn't even, nothing even really got hurt. But the main compartment has all of these lips that cover the zippers, so no water got into anything. I mean, the quality of this bag and the thought that they put into it is just top notch. Let me get you some close-ups and then we'll get into the bag. Alright, I'm actually going to start on the back of the bag, and aside from the color and that laser cut MOLLE, this is probably one of my favorite parts of the bag. This padding here, I don't know if you're really going to be able to tell on camera, but there is a nice ribbed padding underneath there, and this mesh allows it to breathe very, very well. Now, anytime you wear a backpack and you hike for long periods of time, I mean, your back's going to get sticky, it's going to get hot, but this really helps to minimize that. There is a compartment in the back here for a water bladder. The pads are fantastic. I mean, they match up with quality to VanQuest, Maxpedition, all of the above. There is no loss of quality here versus some of those other major manufacturers. You do have sternum straps on the backpack straps here. It is elastic, so it does allow to give. You got your D-rings. I mean, pretty standard setup here. One of the very unique things about this is the waist strap. This belt also has the laser cut MOLLE in it, but this belt is removable. You can pull it out and it actually serves a dual purpose as a battle belt. Let me get it out of here and we'll show you how that works. So here it is as more of a battle belt configuration. This harness does come with the kit. Now, if you're like me, I typically don't wear one of these when I go backpacking, so being able to take this off and have a separate battle belt is just a +1 in my book. Alright, there's more of the laser cut MOLLE down both sides. I actually have some of these VanQuest MOLLE sticks. If you haven't used these, you need to. That is the best way to attach stuff to your gear. But the laser cut is just perfect. It's flawless. Even with all the stitching that runs in between each one to reinforce it. There's compression straps with nice keepers. Every strap has a keeper so that you don't have these extra, flyers. Alright, this is pretty damn awesome. Whoever thought of this needs a raise. Alright, Direct Action. So, water pouches on the side. You can either use them, there's a zipper here, and it allows you to expand the pouch out, or if you don't want to use them, zip it up and it velcros closed and it stays nice and low profile, unlike most other bags where that pocket is out there whether you want to use it or not. Let's talk about the front compartment. The front compartment has a carry handle, and you might ask yourself why. Well, if you undo the compression straps, you can actually, I'm not going to do it, but you can actually take all of this shot cord out, and this becomes a separate pouch that you can take off if you don't need it, or strap it back on if you do. And they even have additional buckles here, so that if you do take this off, you can still use your compression straps to keep the rest of the bag nice and tight. So if you did take this off, you do have another pouch in the front there. There's more of the laser cut moly here. But let's get into the main pouch on the front. Again, a pocket in the front. And this opens up a little over 3/4 of the way. It's almost a full clamshell, not quite. Lots of pockets on the inside. You can see, I mean, I've got all kinds of stuff in here, from pens to paper towel, Kleenex, to bandages. There's a nice mesh pocket on the front there. Very well organized. I mean, it really allows you to store a lot of gear in here. As I mentioned earlier, there is a little compartment on the front here. It's not very deep. It does have some hook Velcro on the inside. I just keep extra batteries in here. Then if we get into the main compartment, in the back there is where you would keep your water bladder. I've got all kinds of stuff in here. And again, I'm not going to go through it all, but there's a mesh pocket on the front. And I do want to say, the size of this bag is deceptive. I recently reviewed the Vinavita Vici, the 3V gear, and it was almost 3,000 cubic inches. And I felt like that bag was stuffed out. I took everything out of that bag and fit it into this bag, which is 2/3 the size, and everything fit with some room to spare. So I think it's really due to the way that it allows you to organize your gear. The Vinavita Vici just didn't have a lot of nice, pockets to put things in. It was more just a dump bag. But I've got stuff all the way down to the bottom of here, from a pair of pants and a beanie cap, winter's coming, extra gloves. I mean, I've got this thing loaded out and still have room to spare. All right, I mentioned previously how this bag got rained on all night and nothing inside got wet. And it's due to these flaps that cover over the zipper tracks. These are YKK zippers, and they do have this nice rubberized coating on them so that they don't fray or wear prematurely. All right, so that's the Ghost from Direct Action Gear. Stay tuned to the end of this video. I'm going to give you a discount code for this. Let's go over some of the specs first. It is 500D Cordura. It is the highest Cordura fabric that I think I've ever seen. The laser cut moly is just fantastic. It's a brilliant idea, honestly. Gives you kind of more of that gray man approach. It's a little less tactical. Still just as high a quality, just as strong. I've had pouches mounted on the front of this thing from time to time and never had any problems with any of them. The back bag is 28 liters. The front pouch is 3.5 liters. I know some manufacturers do it in liters, some do it in cubic inches. So if you want the conversion, that's about a little over 1,900 cubic inches. And like I said, I had reviewed the Vinavita Vici that was 3,000 cubic inches, and all the stuff that I felt packed that bag out fits beautifully in this with room to spare. So that's it, guys. The price of this bag is $169. You can go to VanQuest site, you can go to Maxpedition, you can go to any of the major manufacturers for these tactical bags, and I think you'll find that that's a very competitive price. If that wasn't good enough, Direct Action Gear is also giving us a coupon code. So look in the description below. I believe right now that coupon code is good through the end of 2015. I'll see about getting it extended into 2016. But that's it. If you have any questions, please post them in the comments below. Go check out this bag. If you haven't seen the accompanying messenger bag, I'll post a link to that also. You'll want to check that out. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.